Britain is one of Nigeria's oldest political, business and economic partner, and the Chamber of Commerce was also one of the oldest, established in 1977. Every year, business leaders in the Chamber come together to review the operating fiscal year and invite a few guests to share new ideas of the fast-moving world of commerce, trade and industry. The 2018 edition of this high-profile get-together was held in Lagos. Channels Television now reports.
Continue to have working relationship with key organizations, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria.
This is a gathering of one of Nigeria's oldest and most vibrant bilateral economic relations umbrella, the Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce, a platform for two governments and businesses to share ideas, promote cooperation and explore new horizons.
All of you know that the Prime Minister was here just a few months ago as a testament to quite how important Nigeria is to the UK. And let me reassure you, it's not just a mercantilist approach, it's not just about Brexit, it is generally about how our two countries can work best together and grow from strength to strength in a way that benefits everyone.
We're very honored to have you here this great evening.
For leaders and captains of industry such as boardroom titan and chairman of Honeywell Group, Obao Tudeko, the renewed interest in Nigeria by Britain should be explored for new opportunities.
But in an environment like this, one of necessity has to salute the courage of those who remain committed to enterprise and also to growth. Recorded history has taught us that many countries owe their economic growth to trade driven particularly by private entrepreneurial capital. The same is true of Nigeria, where the organized private sector has engineered development of critical sectors of the economy.
The keynote address of this 41st presidential dinner and awards of the Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce by the chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, emphasizes the need for these business leaders to adapt to a new world of innovation and creativity in a new digital era.
Let us surround ourselves with digital energizers. And let's keep learning new things. As digital leaders, we must be flexible and adaptable and possess wide intellectual curiosity and a hunger for new knowledge. We must be willing to see value in sharply different perspectives and be comfortable with uncertainty. And like all leaders at all times, we must possess true passion for what.
From strong reminders and advice on how to navigate the new era of digital economy, the Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce wraps up 2018 with updates of members on key projects, coupled with few awards and good entertainment.
Let's quickly take you back to some political stories now. As the electioneering campaigns open for governorship candidates across the country, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP candidate in Lagos State, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, has declared that the exercise will be issue-based. Officially flagging off his campaign in Lekki area of Lagos State, Mr. Agbaje, whose campaigns focused on livability, economy and the future, said that the people have a choice to make between the people's Lagos or a one-man's Lagos in the 2019 elections. Our correspondent Yomi Otaigbe now reports.
The governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos State, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, being welcomed to the stage where he officially kicks off his campaign.
I'm running for the office of Governor of Lagos State.
Mr. Agbaje, a pharmacist who is seeking to be the governor of Lagos State for the third time, has put his campaign policy on a tripod, making Lagos livable, boosting the state economy and creating a good future for the youths.
In 4 years, the traffic situation will not be what it is today. It will be much, much improved. That in 4 years, they have been doing light rail for 12 years, and they are telling us it will not be ready till 2022. And we're saying that this time around, that light rail must take off. And we're talking about ease of doing business. They make regulations not to control things, but to make money. The essence of their own regulation is to make money. We're saying that regulation should not be for the purpose of making money. I am giving you a guarantee that as governor of Lagos State, we shall have a minimum of 1,000 megawatts of power for Lagos.
His running mate, Mrs. Alimat Busari, is on hand to thank their supporters and also assure the women of better representation.
The government we intend to run is an inclusive government. And I can assure you, my sisters, that I will represent our interests as women.
The governorship race in Lagos State is expected to throw up interesting campaigns ahead of the 2019 elections.
We are going to campaign and tell the people of Lagos to decide what kind of governance they want. Whether they want governance where it is the people's Lagos or it is one man's Lagos. We, of course, are on the side of people's Lagos.
Yomi Otaigbe reporting for Channels Television News.
In the meantime, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje has alleged that campaign billboards belonging to the party are being vandalized. The PDP governorship candidate said this in a tweet, adding that some of the party's staff deployed for campaign are being threatened with violence and warned to desist. He says in the tweet, quote, "Early this morning, our boards were vandalized and moved just as campaign commenced. Some of our deployed staff were also threatened with violence and warned to desist." He goes on to caution, quote, "Fellow Lagosians, we must stand against this sort of tyranny. This is no ordinary election. This is a fight for #freedom, a fight for democracy, a fight for Lagos. We will not be silenced and we will not be oppressed or suppressed into a corner. This time around, democracy must win." End of quote. He described the action as tyranny, adding that the PDP has refused to be oppressed or pushed into a corner. In the meantime, the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Mr. Edgar Imohimi, has ordered the setting up of a security team to daily monitor and arrest anybody seen vandalizing or defacing campaign posters or boards in the state. The Lagos State Police Boss has also invited the state chairman of all political parties in the state, their flag bearers, the INEC, and other stakeholders for a meeting on Wednesday, December the 5th, 2018. In a statement, Mr. Imohimi explains that the meeting is aimed at driving home the fact that there is no alternative to peace and the need for all political parties, their candidates and supporters to shun acts capable of breaching the public peace. You're watching the news at 10, reaching you live on Channels Television here in Lagos. Let's quickly shift our gears now to business news with Emana Amawe.
Hello and welcome to Business News. Nigeria's central bank predicts that the country's economy will rise from the current 1.5% to 1.7% in the third quarter and 1.9% in the fourth quarter this year. Mr. Emefiele, who made this known at a dinner organized by the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria in Lagos, says the gradual pickup in the country's economy is expected to be lifted by the anticipated budgetary and election spending in the near term. The CBN governor says he expects the country inflation to rise slightly to 11.4% next year on the backdrop of anticipated politically related liquidity injections. Meanwhile, he hints that the CBN will sustain its tight monetary policy with priority on maintaining stable exchange rate. Meanwhile, the governor of the central bank has warned foreign exchange speculators to steer clear as he promises to sustain the firmness of the Naira. Mr. Emefiele, who sounded the warning at a meeting with bankers in Lagos, also hints that the country's forex reserves have risen significantly in the last 2 years.
The Bureau de change segment, we saw a significant appreciation of the Naira from over 525 Naira to the dollar in February 2017 to about 361, I would say, recently. Only between yesterday, the day before yesterday and yesterday, we saw some uptick, and I can say that we are seeing that some of our friends at the other side are rearing their heads, and I want to assure them that they're going to lick their wounds this time again. So if you are joining them in speculating, we are in a better position today than we were in 2016, 2017. Don't forget, reserve was 23 billion in October 2016. You could say that we were weak then. Today, reserve is comfortably at $44 billion, so you can imagine that we do have the strength to confront you, and we will do so. Though the pace of GDP growth slowed from 1.95% during the first quarter of 2018 to 1.5% during the second quarter, short-term outlook continued to strengthen with average growth projections of about 1.9% for 2018.
And to the banking sector report for the third quarter of the year, it shows that banks issued a total of 15.59 trillion naira as loans in the period. The disbursement represents an increase of 249 billion naira over the second quarter. According to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, the oil and gas and manufacturing sectors received the highest credit allocation of 3.59 trillion and 2.15 trillion naira respectively. The report also shows that about 5.2 billion banking transactions valued at 340.1 trillion naira were recorded in the third quarter. The total number of bank staff increased by 0.95% from 101,861 in the second quarter to 102,821. And over 93 countries under the aegis of the International Mining and Resources Conference are in talks with the federal government on investing in the solid mineral sector. A statement signed by the personal assistant to the Minister of State for Mines and Steel Development, Ishaku Kigu, at the 16th Mines and Money Conference in London reveals that the conference seeks to help Nigeria expand brands of solid minerals to the world. According to the minister, Mr. Abubakar Buhari, Nigeria is ready to partner organizations that seek to reposition the country on the world's mining map. He adds that Nigeria's previously vibrant mining sector suffered setbacks with the discovery of oil. And that's Business News Tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Emana Amawe. It's back to Gimba.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Rivers Plate rejects CONMEBOL's decision for second leg of the Copa Libertadores finals against neighbors and bitter rivals Boca Juniors to be played in Madrid. That's some sports news. Stay with us.